Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and today what I'm going to have a go at is making some animal prints in my resin. Now I've got these little trinket dish moulds, and I will link everything that I've got in the description with using my affiliate links. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 different ones. So I'm going to do a leopard one in the round trinket dish. I'm going to do a zebra in this one and giraffe in this one, just to see how they come out. So what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using some mica powder, some white pigment and acrylic paint. What I've done is I've googled animal prints, gone onto images, and there's thousands of them on there, so I can take my inspiration from those prints. So the first one, as I said, I'm going to do is the leopard print, and all I'm going to do is take my acrylic paint and I'm going to draw on rough shapes like this, going round using this black acrylic paint. They're like little circles that aren't quite closed, but very, I would say, wiggly woggly circles that are all different shapes, all different sizes, going round and filling it all up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in the insides of these little shapes, and then I'm going to let the resin with some gold mica powder do the work for the rest of it. Show you what I mean in a second. Woohoo! I think that'll be enough of those. And then what I'm going to do is pop this colour here, and I have no idea what colour it is, so I hope it's a decent colour, because as you know I'm colourblind, into the middle here, filling up the gap that is left inside there. So I'll go ahead and finish off these, and then I'll come back as soon as I've done this when I move on to the next one. I'll show you what this one looks like as well. There we go. I finished painting that all in there now, and what I'll do is I will let that dry now for probably about an hour, 2 hours, depending on how long it takes, really. I'm sorry about that. And then I'll show you what I do for the next one. So this one, I'm going to do a zebra print on. And the zebra print obviously is black and white. Let's get started on that. And this should be fairly easy to do as well. I'm going to do it so it's running similar to this. So they're quite smooth lines I've noticed on a zebra print. Then I'm going to bring another one in here. And then what I'm going to do is bring another one, but just in here, like so. I always find acrylic paint works well on silicone anyway. And as you've probably seen, I've done a few using this, but I've never actually done a print like this on it before. And the other thing is, whenever you're doing this, I mean, you can use the Cricut and things like that and print these off, but I think it's just nice to paint them on. Wow, it's good technique. I'm not sure how zebra-y this one looks. So there we go. I'll leave that one now to dry. And then this one, which is the, I want to keep saying camel, but it's not a camel, it's a giraffe. And it's just really a load of what looks like odd-shaped squares with an equal amount of white going round it. So these sorts of shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this one off, doing all these sorts of shapes, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So these are dry now, and all I need to do is mix up my resin and pour the resin in. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I just want to say a quick thank you to all my members whose names are coming up on the side now, and if you'd like to become a member, then just check out the join button. Quite a nice group, and it's also grown really well, and we have a great Facebook group that's especially just for members, really supportive. So check that out. So let's get on and pour the resin. I've got my resin mixed up now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some gold mica powder to it, because what I want to ensure is that the background to this, once it has picked up the acrylic paint, is gold. Now I'm using a pipette here because this is quite a tight edge, and I find that by using a pipette I don't get any trap bubbles that spoil the edge of the actual trinket bowl or the mold that I'm using. The 2 other ones, they're not as tight, so I won't use a pipette for that. I'm just pulling back the edge here and making sure that I pop all the bubbles using my long net lighter gently. Remember, never use a torch, because you don't want to be using a torch on silicone moulds, because what it will do is it will just burn the mould into the silicone. So there we go. I've just poured the remainder of this mica powder, going over it quickly again with my torch to ensure that there are no bubbles. And I will give it a little bit of a squidgy widgy as well. Now these ones I want white, because the zebra should be white and the lines inside the actual giraffe pattern I also want. So I'm just pouring that in slowly, and I'm lifting the edge away here to allow me to have that extra space. And I can see through this mould. Here we go. I'm giving it a bit of squidgy widgy just in case there are any bubbles, but I can't see any, and as I said, I can see through this mould. And I will be doing exactly the same technique with the zebra one, just pouring the resin in, pulling the edges of the mould away, and then what I'll do is I'll leave them for 24 hours before I come back to them. These have all cured now, as you can see, and you can see the pattern is in there, so let's just hope that it has come off. So the first one I'm going to take out is the zebra one, so just take it out gently. Oh, and that one's come out really, really well. Come out of these moulds, lovely. So let's pop that one there. And this is the giraffe. Oh, I do like that one too. And this is the leopard. Oh, and I'm really pleased with how that one's come out as well. Now, because we painted this directly on the mould, that has all come out lovely, and it is all nicely embedded into the actual tray itself, and it won't come off. If you want that to be a little bit more shiny, then what you can do is just add a clear layer of resin in there, and that's what I'm going to do now, because adding another resin layer will also magnify the actual print, and it'll also give it a really nice gloss. Don't forget, if you'd like to say thank you and buy me a coffee for all the videos that I do, I'm currently saving for a 3D printer, woohoo! Then check out the link that's in the description below. I really appreciate everybody's support, and now I'm just pouring over about 1.5 millimeters of resin. Well, these have all finished now and cured up. I'm really pleased with how they've come out. I think they've come out really well. Now, there are lots of ways that you can make animal prints. You can cut it out using a Cricut. You can buy some transfers. But to be honest, this is quite a unique way as well. It works really well with the acrylic paint. I love acrylic paint, using this method of painting on the mould, and they're quite useful things. You can put your rings in them, your keys and other bits and pieces. The doming definitely magnifies the actual final look, I think, and gives it just quite a nice final cover. Let me know in the comments what you think of these, or how you would use this technique. I'd be really interested to see what you've done or how you're going to use it as well. And I will be making some videos soon with my pressure pot with everybody's name on that helped me towards that, and again, anybody that buys me a coffee, then I'll pop your names on the 3D printer as well, so thank you. Check out the video that's coming up next on the screen if you want to learn how to apply mica powder directly to moulds. I think you'll really enjoy that, and I'll see you in that one there. Take care, enjoy your resin. Bye.